William McKinley, the 25th president and his tragic assassination. William McKinley was the 25th president of the United States, serving from 1897 until his death in 1901. During his presidency, he led the country to victory in the Spanish-American War, which strengthened the global influence of the United States. However, at the height of his political success, he was tragically assassinated, ending his life abruptly. William McKinley's rise to power. William McKinley was born on January 29, 1843 in Ohio, and grew up in a middle-class family. He served in the American Civil War as a soldier in the Union Army and later entered the world of politics. Thanks to his leadership skills, he served as the governor of Ohio before being elected president in 1896. During his first term, he focused on economic policy and industrial expansion, contributing to the prosperity of the American economy. He was re-elected in 1900 with his vice president Theodore Roosevelt after a successful campaign that emphasized continued economic progress and America's global strength. However, he did not know that his second term would be cut short. McKinley's visit to the Pan-American Exposition. In September 1901, President McKinley visited the Pan-American Exposition in Buffalo, New York, a global event showcasing industrial and technological advancements. His two-day visit generated great excitement, with over 116,000 people attending his speech on September 5th. In his speech, he spoke about the importance of trade relations and peace among nations. The next day, September 6th, the president attended a public reception at the Temple of Music, where visitors had the opportunity to shake hands with him. Despite warnings from the Secret Service about the risks of such a public gathering, McKinley insisted on meeting the citizens warmly. The shocking assassination. Among the crowd was a man named Leon Czolgosz, a 28-year-old factory worker who had embraced anarchist ideology, believing in the elimination of political leaders. Czolgosz decided to execute his plan during the presidential meet and greet. When his turn came to shake hands with McKinley, he concealed a pistol under a white handkerchief, making it appear as though he was carrying a sweat cloth on a hot day. As soon as he got close to the president, he fired 2 shots at close range. The first bullet struck a button on McKinley's coat, while the second penetrated his stomach. For a moment, a heavy silence filled the hall before James, Big Jim Parker, an attendee, punched Czolgosz, preventing him from firing more shots. Security guards and soldiers then tackled the assassin and restrained him. Attempts to save the president. McKinley was rushed to the hospital at the Pan-American Exposition, where he underwent emergency surgery. Doctors managed to close the wound, but they could not locate the second bullet. Initially, the president seemed to be recovering, prompting Vice President Theodore Roosevelt to leave for a camping trip. However, on September 13th, McKinley's condition worsened due to blood poisoning caused by gangrene. He passed away in the early hours of September 14th, holding his wife's hand, whispering his final words, "It is God's way." Czolgosz's arrest and trial. After his arrest, Leon Czolgosz confessed to his crime, saying, "I killed the president for the benefit of the working people. I have no regrets." He believed that his actions would bring down the Republican system, but instead, he found himself despised by the public. His trial began on September 23, 1901, and lasted less than 2 days. The jury took only 30 minutes to convict him of murder. He was sentenced to death and executed in the electric chair on October 29, 1901. Impact of the assassination on the United States. The assassination of McKinley had a profound impact on American politics. It accelerated the rise of Theodore Roosevelt to the presidency, marking a turning point in U.S. history. The incident also led to increased security measures for American presidents, with expanded powers for the Secret Service. The assassination of William McKinley remains a significant moment in American history. not just as a crime, but as a turning point in political security and the global strength of the United States.